Well, a couple of years ago, all of us started talking about tablets. We started talking about tablets for the first time here at CES. Since then, the tablet has become the fastest growing consumer electronics device in history. Just as computerized technology has revolutionized the phone, turning the digital phone into a smartphone, and in the process, revolutionizing the services that are made available to you and the way we use it. Just as digital music was revolutionized by computerized technology, turning a CD player into an iPod, we're doing the same thing with tablets now. It's made possible because of the touch technology. The first year of tablet sales, about 20 million. An enormous success, and people thought maybe, most people thought it was a surprise, but some people thought it was a fad. Second year comes along, sells more than 60 million. There are going to be tablets that are designed primarily for touch, but there's a lot of tablets. And if you happen to know an artist, the ability to have a digital pen is just completely fabulous. Having a touch device, a surface that allows you to understand and recognize the pressure of a pen, allows you to really create on these devices. And of course, there are people who enjoy having a tablet as well as a keyboard, and the two combined turns into a transformer type of device. Ice Cream Sandwich unites, unifies, and turns all of the Android devices into one single platform. All of a sudden, whether you're a 10-inch tablet, a 7-inch tablet, a 5-inch folio, whether it's a slider, a 4-inch phone, 4.7-inch, 5-inch note, it just doesn't matter. They're all part now of the same Ice Cream Sandwich platform. And as a result, 250 million Android devices, growing at 700,000 activations per day, are now going to be one enormous installed base for content developers. I've got this Asus Tech Transformer Prime, and it is a fabulous tablet as well as a fabulous clamshell, fabulous notebook. The way that I'm going to enjoy it for you first, just very quickly, let me just take it out of its dock. This is Ice Cream Sandwich. Everything is running at 60 frames a second, basically locked to refresh rate, so everything is buttery smooth. Smooth like a baby's bottom. I love that. One of the things I really love about Ice Cream Sandwich are these folders. So let's go into an application. And so it has these folders and all kinds of great applications. About 14,000 new applications are coming into the marketplace each month. And now with an installed base of 250 million Android devices, it's a pretty rich opportunity for content developers to target. This is Fandango. It's optimized for the tablet, as you can see. A really great movie, 1010, rendered with NVIDIA's technology. If you haven't had a chance to see this movie, you really ought to try. Look at this. It's an active application with these widgets, and look at this screenshot of Tintin. Extreme use of global illumination, wonderful hair simulations, wonderful water simulations, high dynamic range, particle simulations everywhere. This is the most realistic movie ever made. The guys at Weta did a fabulous job, and it was fun to be part of it. And the water simulation is just completely amazing. The fire simulation, all of it, state-of-the-art rendering technology. And so that's Fandango. This is Snapseed, and this is one of the top applications ever made for mobile devices. It's the #1 app for iPads, and as you know, a lot of people use these tablets to take pictures, and wouldn't it be great to make them better or to stylize it? Now, I could certainly play with this a bit, and I played with it over the holidays to enhance some of the photos that we made while we were on vacation on Maui. But instead of doing this myself, why don't we have the creator come up and do this? Manuel? This is an amazing application that you guys created. You know, instead of me doing it, and it is so easy that even I could do it. But the fact of the matter is, you do it so much better. Could you tell people about this application and give them an example of how incredibly simple it is to improve your photographs and why it is that this is the #1 application for the iPad?
Sure. So Snapseed is something we created based on our professional imaging tools and technologies we have. And, we're set out to create something that anyone can use anywhere, anytime. And in that context, it's great that we can also now have it here on Android. And your team has been a great supporter. It was a great experience to work with the folks at NVIDIA to get it here on Android. So what you see here is our interface. It's kind of straightforward. You have on the left-hand side a lot of tools you can pick from. I will use the drama here to show quickly how the interaction is, because that's the only thing you need to know and learn about Snapseed. So let's look at this couple here.
Now this, to be frank, this picture is actually pretty beautiful. It's hard to imagine making it more beautiful.
Let's see. So what we have here is the selective adjust. It powers our viewpoint technology. And viewpoint means you point on something on the screen, and now you can influence that area that you have selected. So now I can change the brightness up or down. And I want to take it down a little bit because I want to make the background less prominent. Change the size influence area a little bit. You see up here, there's still probably a little too bright. Take that down. And again, it's the same interaction. So what you've learned before, up and down to select the parameter, is something that you do here also. It's the exact same interaction. So as I said, you learn it once you know.
Now all of a sudden the couple really popped. Now let's compare it. Yeah. That's really amazing. Isn't it amazing, guys? My favorite features of Ice Cream Sandwich. Check this out. Multitasking, I'm done with these. Let's go ahead and close those up. Pretty fantastic. Okay, so let's see. This game was just available on the PlayStation 3. Runs fabulously on this Tegra 3 tablet. But what's interesting is, for the first time, it also runs with these game controllers. And so if you would like to enjoy your video game at home in this posture, which most people do. Okay, when you hit the boost, let's go. Let's go. A little audio would be nice. Come on, you guys. It's on my tablet. Was I supposed to turn up the audio? HD gaming, 60 frames a second. And now these guys are all playing each other. We got it. If it worked perfectly, it would be a demo now, would it? Everything just works. PowerPoint. Look at that. Everything just works. Video. There's no way video is going to work. There's no way this can possibly work. Wow, it just works.
The great coral reefs.
So this is Splashtop THD,
desperately endangered,
which allows your Tegra tablet to remote into your PC, treat it like a server, and everything just works. In the full resolution you like it to enjoy, every application, it's as if it's right here. And today, it just got approved by Google. Tegra 3, Transformer Prime, Ice Cream Sandwich will be available today. What was the inspiration? What caused you to invent the Transformer? What were the ideas that you had that ultimately resulted in this wonderful product?
Funny that you asked, because when we we have the idea, we try to create a tablet with extra touch screen experience.
You see here the original Tegra 2 tablet, and the sample rate, as you can see, goes down to about 80 samples per second, 60 there. And here's direct touch, about 3 times the number of samples per second. As a result, your experience is much, much more responsive, and it's just buttery smooth. Direct touch. Windows 8 is coming to market.
Just last CES, we were showing an internal development build of Windows 8 running on a Tegra 2 reference platform. And this year, we've got a Tegra 3 reference platform running the latest internal development preview of Windows 8. So this is a reference platform, and I'm right here at the lock screen. Now, the lock screen shows me what's important at a glance. And one of the really cool things I want to show you is, at the bottom, you can see that apps can actually register here as well. So I can see what mail and calendar and IMs I've got. And these take advantage of a feature in Windows 8 called Connected Standby, which uses Tegra 3's low power idle mode to be always connected and up to date, even though I haven't had the machine on. And it keeps great battery life as well. So my device is ready when I am. And so when I'm ready to go, I just swipe my finger up, and I'm at picture password. Right, so this is a touch-first, secure way to log into my system. So in this case, this is a picture of my son. I'm going to draw a line on the table. I'm going to tap on his hand and draw a circle around his head. And just that easily,
Cute kid.
I'm logged into the banks. I'll tell him that. I'm logged into Start. Now, Start really is Windows 8. It's where all of the things I care about are right here. So I've got tiles that represent the applications I'm interested in. They're alive with up-to-date information. And you can see here we've got a bunch of developers we've really started to work with to build interesting, compelling applications for the new Windows platform.
Yeah, and so Aiden, one of the questions that I get a lot is that you know, the netbook, when it first came out, consumers were confused by the limited capabilities of the netbook. And when they loaded applications, full-out applications on these netbooks, and they expect them to be real PCs, full-out PCs, they find that the experience was lacking. And one of the questions that people have is, how do we prevent from the repeat of the netbook experience this time? Because this particular platform is actually based on an ARM processor instead of x86. If somebody were to load, for example, SAP on this tablet, it might not run very well, for example. And so how do we prevent that experience from happening?
Sure. So in Windows 8, the store is actually where you're going to get applications. And so the Windows Store is a really easy place to find great applications. And it's really built to be super easy to find. And you know, this is the modern way that people get applications. They go to stores, it's really easy to navigate, and really easy to
It's
install.
not like I'm going to get a DVD and try to shove it somewhere.
That's right. There's no DVD shoving.
There is no install or whatever. Right?
But
you
you
go
know,
to the store, you download it.
But you actually raised a good example too with SAP. For enterprises, they can take these tablets, they bring them right into the enterprise, and actually do loading applications the way they're comfortable, do their own deployment. So this device will be just at home in the enterprise as it is on your couch.
I see.
It's really important.
The electric car is so energy conscious. It also needs, and because it's leaning forward technologically, it also benefits from the revolution of mobile computing for this particular car. Tesla Model S will have 2 Tegras in it. One for the digital dashboard and one for the infotainment system. And it gives me great joy to know that even the fastest cars in the world would adopt the fastest mobile processors in the world. And the Lamborghini Aventador is going to include a Tegra processor in it as well. So from superphones to supercars, we're going to see the mobile computing revolution revolutionize these devices, revolutionize the business models, and of course revolutionize the experiences that we have.